It's pizza time. Today I'm bringing you another Firemost pizza. It's like, I bet you guys wonder sometimes where do I come up with some of these ones. And when I'm thinking of, what's my next delicious pizza, I always try and just like channel back to some good memories. And this one takes me back to like some of my peak Wook days in Santa Cruz. One of our favorite things to do. I lived in a house with a bunch of people. We, sometimes get up on Sunday morning. The funny thing is, I was thinking Sunday morning. It's probably more like a Tuesday morning, actually. But roll out and go grab a bagel at this place down the street, and they would do this roasted red pepper and cashew little spread on the bagel. It was super delicious, and that was like one of those food memories that I was like, man, it really opened my mind to different stuff you could do. I didn't ever think about it. And grinding up some roasted red pepper, some cashews, make this delicious whole thing. And my homie Ari, who I was living with at the time, his dad was chef, and so he knew more was up at cooking at the time. I was straight up rookie move. Although I did slang Firemost grilled cheeses, but that was a little later down the line. But he showed me how to whip that up, and it was just one of those ones I'm like, dude, I really like making food. So I'm channeling some of that on there, and the rest of the toppings I got going here, like, that was one of those days you go get your bagel, and it's like, that's going to be the fat meal for the day. So I'm going to load it up pretty fat, which is kind of, a little bit random toppings, but I think it'll be good. So I got the roasted red pepper and the cashews. I just cut them into strips. I didn't go for like the full little like pesto kind of vibe on this one. But the roasted red pepper too, you can do that just straight up in the uni. Just put it on a little pan, roast in there until it's charred, peeled, sliced up. Got the cashews just chunked up. Some sliced red onion, another good bagel topping. Raw garlic, because we always do that one, health. And then some sliced olives. I kind of like that. It mix a little saltiness. Hit it with some oregano, always a good choice. And then for this one, I got all these sun gold tomatoes, one of my favorite tomatoes. But for this treatment, I'm gonna hit it afterwards because I like doing that on bagels sometimes with the little fresh raw tomatoes on. Also got some basil, hit it, we'll finish with. It's looking pretty good. We got the, I can't forget here, the cheese. I got some fresh mozz, also some feta in the mix today. We're getting the salty vibes all going on. Another batch of the sourdough, the natty dough. This batch is the same one I got going on my guide up on the website and on YouTube for the full treatment. The only thing I changed up is I got that whole grain element in there, that 90 grams. I just switched it on this one went with the rye for the full 70, 20 on the T85. I made a pizza with it last night. It was bomb. Dough feels really good. It even looks more puffed up today. I'm seeing lots of little bubbles. I'm into it. We'll see how it bakes up. Got the uni cranked up. We're gonna go more for I got it heated 850 now. We'll try and shoot for a bake in the 3-minute range. I'm gonna get this pizza stretched up. You can watch me build it. We'll take it for a bake, then in for the slice, and the best part, the taste. It's pizza time. Got the dough all stretched out. Today, it's stretched up really nice. I was stoked on how the dough's feeling today. This is 48 hours into the cold fermentation. It's stretched really nice and handled good. So I'm stoked. That's the recipe up on SantaBarbaraBaker.com, the whole guide. Hit it with a little bit of olive oil on the bottom. I went right into the mozz, but actually I would go with probably hitting that garlic first. Getting the garlic on the bottom prevents it from burning when you just put it on the top there. Sometimes it just gets charred up in the oven. Nobody likes the burnt garlic, but we'll be okay. Gonna hit it with the garlic next. And then I think that's another one with, anytime you're putting nuts on the pizza like this, you wanna make sure that they don't get totally scorched, because that's another topping. If it gets roasted too much, it's just like you're not having a very good time with that. So I'm gonna hit that. And then after that, I think it's time for that feta. I think that's gonna be a fun little salty element in the mix. I just got it crumbled up. This one is what our local place calls French feta. It's like probably a little bit more on the mild side. I think that's actually pretty bomb on a pizza. The super strong stuff, you just, I would go a little more sparingly. But this bakes up really nice. That's looking good. Oh, hands are a little bit. That's why it's always good. Have a towel on hand, keep yourself clean, working clean. Hitting it with the roasted red pepper. So this, like I was saying, you can just roast that pepper right in the uni. I put it, cover it, let it kind of steam itself, peel it up. Just cut this into strips. Or like I was saying, that bomb, my bagel adventures back in the day, they just actually took it, you know, you put it in a food processor, just pulse it up. This makes an excellent spread. That looks good. We'll go pretty fat on the roasted red peppers. All right, some crushed oregano, hitting it with that. I always like, you know, get the big branch shaken from the tree. Nothing like sketchy, like been in the bottle too long. That's looking good. Hit it with the red onions. Gonna finish it off here with the olives. Hit it with a little bit of olive oil. And always, you know, whenever you're making a pizza, unless you got something, I mean, we got some salty stuff on here, but you gotta hit it with that salt and pepper. I think it's key. This is looking really good. I got those sun gold tomatoes. We're gonna finish it with those, keep those really bright and fresh, along with some basil to round it all out. You know, we'll see how this one goes. It's looking pretty good. Gonna get this on the peel, get it into the oven. It's pizza time. Getting this thing loaded up into the Ooni. I just turned it down. I've been liking this bake where I get it really hot and then turn it all the way down, but not that super low zone, just before it gets in. One last stretch on the peel here. Taking too long on this, but we'll get it in here. Shooting for, you know, we'll say 3 to 4 minute bake on this. Watching it here, those first 30 seconds are real crucial. In that time, you want to watch, especially with this Koda 16, that back left corner gets really hot. I feel like that's your best chance that you're gonna burn the pie. So you want to turn it, you know, as soon as you can, about 30 seconds in, but you want to watch it, make sure that crust sets, because if you go in too quick, it rips, you're having a bad day. Looking so far so good. We're about 30 seconds in. I'm thinking about a turn now. I'm seeing that leoparding going. It's looking really nice, puffing up really good, smelling really nice. All right, I'm going in here for the first turn. Wish me luck. Looking really nice here. So far so good. About 45 seconds in. On this one, I'm thinking the oven was cranked up really hot. I think after I get some more little color and leoparding on here, I'm gonna go into that super low zone and just finish the pizza off there. Make sure it gets cooked all the way through. So if you've been watching my bakes, I like to go for a little bit more crispy bottom, a slice you can pick up, you know, something that travels a little bit better. We're just a little over a minute in. Looking really nice. You see that leoparding there? I always like that mix of the bigger and the smaller. Nice browning going on so far. Going in here for another turn. So far so good. About a minute and a half in. I haven't turned it into that super low zone yet because I'm still liking the color I'm getting. It doesn't seem like it's running too hot. So far a good bake. Going in for another turn. I'm gonna go back this way because you see that's nice and getting some real nice color in there. Want to make sure that doesn't burn. I think at this point I'm gonna go, we'll put it into that super low zone, going clockwise there, past the lightning bolt. You can just turn the oven all the way down, finish your pies off. I recommend it. That's also how I'm doing those, like, you know, you call them New York style bake. You can utilize that whole zone for the bake going. Baked one the other day, almost like closer to 10 minutes. Came out really nice. This oven's a little more versatile than I thought at first. I thought, you know, I'm not like super Neapolitan guy, like that kind of hybrid version. So I was hoping it would have a little more versatility, and it does. So I'm pumped. This is looking really good. About 2.5 minutes in. We're, like I would say, in the finishing stage here. But you really want to watch, don't get too relaxed. Because, you know, it starts like you move this into a little bit of hot spot on the oven, and boom, game over. It's a refire. But this is looking really nice. Maybe a little bit dark there, but I got all that rye flour in the mix. So it's not surprising me that I'm getting some colors like that. It's looking really nice. Can't wait for this one. This fresh sun gold's gonna hit it after it comes out. Should be really bomb. And this thing's gotta be getting pretty close. I want it to be done, but I'm still thinking it's got a little bit. We're about 3:15 in now. Looking probably about a 4-minute bake on this one. Just peeping underneath the bottom there, making sure everything's set. It's looking really good, but you see there, that looks still just a little light to me, so I stick it back in there. You can also just kind of carefully dome the pie, get a little more browning on the top. Always want to be careful though, because you can definitely burn it pretty easily if your oven's really hot. But this thing, I don't know, this is looking pretty good to me. Like I said, I like a little crispier bake, so I'm really liking this. It's looking really good. We're about 4 minutes in. I'm just gonna go ahead and turn it off. Last pie of the day here. Pulling this thing out. Is this looking fire most? Check it out. There we go. Looking really nice. The roasted red peppers, cashews, that feta, like you know how that browns up all nice like that. I'm into it. Pizza smells really good. Gonna get it onto the rack. Always let that crust set. You don't want to get that crispy bottom go straight onto like, you know, a serving tray or something that just steam the bottom. You lose all the hard work you did. You're bumming because your pizza slops all over the place. We want to be able to pick it up, get those dank vibes going. Let it hang out 20 seconds to a minute. I'm gonna get this thing with those sun golds on top, fresh basil, slice it up. Meet me at the table. We'll give it a taste. Oh, wow. I wish you guys could smell this one because it smells delicious. That's the verdict around here. It also is looking really good to me. I feel like the bake went really nice on this one. It was about a 4-minute bake on it. That's what I feel is a really good sweet spot for my dough. Same with the 48-hour fermentation. I'm like really liking the looks of this. You know, that would be like my standard bake on my standard dough. Came out pretty good. I'm into it. I like it. All the different like mixes of leopardine here. It looks brown, cooked through. The bottom looked nice and brown. And two, you see here, you know, in some spots it maybe looks a little dark, but I have a bunch of rye flour in the mix, so I'm not surprised to see that. I still think it'll taste really good. Overall though, it's looking really nice. We got those roasted red peppers, the cashews, my little throwback to, you know, at my peak wook days of bagel eating Santa Cruz shenanigans. Some red onions, you know, because those always taste good kind of on the little bagel vibes. Hit it with some basil, not bagels, but you know what I was thinking? Some people are really into that everything spice. This might be the time to use it. Put a little bit on the rim there when you bake it. I could be into that. Maybe that's one to try next time. It looks really nice though. I finished it though with those fresh sun gold tomatoes just to switch it up a little bit. I've been cooking them on the pizzas recently, but I think it's nice to give it really the fresh treatment. Same with that fresh basil. This is looking good to me. Now the hardest decision, what slice to go for. I like that, you know, see all that crazy leopardine on there. That looks really good. But this one I think is calling my name. You know, maybe it could have been stretched a little thinner there, but overall, this is looking good to me. The whole structure looks really good. This pie is pretty loaded. A bunch of cheese on there, all the roasted red peppers, tomatoes, everything. It's holding up nice. Bottom looks really good, spotted there. Let's give it a taste. Oh, wow. This one tastes really good. The dough is really at a really nice point right now. I'm into it. It baked up really nice. The flavors here are really good. I think that, you know, the surprise star here is those cashews. I can try to think. I think I've probably put cashews on a pizza before, but this one, I think that's what I'm saying. You know, when you're coming up with different recipes, always kind of thinking back to those really good memories. Maybe that's just taking me right back there, and it tastes really bomb. But, you know, nuts on a pizza is an interesting thing. You could totally skip the cheese on this one, go full vegan. I think that would be a firemost pizza. I'm gonna try it, I think, for sure. But hope you guys enjoyed this one. Check out the dough recipe. I'll put the link down below. It's up on my blog. I've been having good results with it. Hope you guys are too. Hope you're dreaming about pizza, eating pizza. Make sure you share this with your friends. Like and subscribe. Spread the Santa Barbara Baker word. Eat good pizza. Dream good pizza. Love you all. One love.